Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's time to get this show on the road.
Down in the back, don't be throwing popcorn. Oh, come on.
Welcome to Wellspring. My name is Jim Moore, and I am part of your May 10th, 2026 Sunday service team.
Thank you. Yay, Jim.
Now we have a few announcements. Early Birds meet Sunday mornings at 9:30 via Zoom. The link is in the weekly email and on the website. We just finished going through The Power of Now for the second time, and we're going to next week start Breathing Underwater by Richard Rohr. So looking forward to that change. Upcoming speakers for May. Today we have our beloved Reverend Sandi Scott. Judy Bethman is going to talk next week. Reverend Kamatara on the 24th. And Pamela Ivancha on 5/31. Our Thursday evening group continues to meet on Thursday nights, and you can get coordinates from Cleona or Edward. The May-June Science of Mind magazine is now available in the bookstore. The price has gone up to $12. That's $6 per month. Lunch Bunch is going to meet this Wednesday at 11:30 at WEX. And the Board of Trustees meeting will be this Wednesday evening at 6:30 on Zoom. And anybody's willing to join us and be part of the board meeting, welcome to be part of it.
Trying to figure out what that means.
Board, meet. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, good grief.
Good job.
Oh, that's hilarious. There's going to be a dowsing workshop this coming Saturday, May 16th from 1:30 to 4:30 in the social hall. And those are always very interesting.
We'll be talking about finding missing people. So if you feel lost, show up, we can find you.
Okay, good.
That's great.
I've been lost for a long time. I'm looking forward to that. On Saturday, May 23rd, is our farewell dinner for Judy Bethman, which we're fondly referring to as the Last Supper. It'll be at Cattle Barons at 5 p.m. Our prayer team remains ready to serve and support you. You may submit a request via our webpage or give it to Edward. The prayer team meets virtually on Tuesday afternoons at 4:15 to pray with you. You may consider sitting in your quiet space during that time. We know we are one in spirit, and the energy of prayer knows no limits. Now for an invocation. Today is a special day as we celebrate motherhood and the divine feminine. Let us start by being grateful. Grateful for such a beautiful southern New Mexico day. Grateful that we are here to experience it together, and grateful that we are alive. We are all connected to the divine, and that is also our connection to each other. Please sit back and relax. Close your eyes and breathe in and out deeply as we acknowledge the soothing presence of Spirit in this space. We know that Spirit is everywhere and in all things. We know that we can be most in tune with Spirit when we make the time to quiet our minds and simply feel the breath of Spirit touching our cheek or our hand. As we do this now, let us affirm that we will remember to make this a habit. We can feel the breath of Spirit energizing and empowering us periodically throughout each day. It just takes a few moments of calm, relaxed, deep breathing. We display our gratitude for the presence of Spirit in our lives by our smiles and the kind way we treat all of our fellow creatures, human and otherwise. Let us each shine our light and share our truth, not just in the upcoming week, but let's intend to make it a habit that can change our lives forever. And so it is. Please stand if you are able for our Song of Joy, Hymn of Promise.
This Song of Joy was written by Natalie Sleep in 1985. And shortly after she wrote it, her husband really liked the song, but he was diagnosed with terminal illness. So he requested that it be sung at his funeral.
Wow.
Particularly the third verse is very poignant.
Cool.
Everywhere I look, I see.
Hymn of Promise. In the bulb there is a flower in a
Gee.
tree.
You have to play this one.
Okay. Can you
Oh,
play?
okay. What key is it in?
It looks like to me out. Judy, you want to play the piano on this one?
I can't sing it.
Well, I can play it.
Okay. All right. I'll sing it.
Okay.
In the fall there is a flower in the sea, an apple tree. In cocoons of hidden promise, butterflies will soon be free. In the cold and snow of winter, there's a spring that's yet to be. Unrevealed until the season, something that alone can see. There's a song in every silence, seeking word and melody. There's a dawn in every darkness, bringing hope to you and me. From the past will come the future, what it holds a mystery. Unrevealed until the season, something that alone can see. In our end is our beginning, in our time infinity. In our doubt there is believing, in our life eternity. In our death was our transition, at the last a victory. Unrevealed until the season, something God alone can see.
Now we will do our vision, our mission, and our affirmation. Our vision: to elevate spiritual consciousness in our world. Our mission: to support individual spiritual quests through celebration, study, counsel, loving fellowship, and service. Our affirmation: God in me attracts others who reveal a rich blend of love, joy, and fellowship. I know that my path is an expression of my sacred self. Therefore, I grow with full intensity. My personal journey is a blessing and a light to all. And so it is. And now we have special music by Jeff G.
So do I do the slow song first or the fast song first?
Slow first.
Okay.
You next.
1, 2. Well, this is a song I've done here before, but I think it's a good one worth repeating to remind everybody. This is called Shine.
Duct tape.
It's escaping on me. Okay. I see the light in you. It's a natural thing to do. I see it shining through. I see your dreams coming true. When you shine, 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 shine. And I see the love in you. It's a natural thing to do. I see it shining through. And I see your dreams coming true. When you shine, 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 shine. I see the Christ in you. It's a natural thing to do. I see it shining through. And I see your dreams coming true. When you shine, 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 shine.
Beautiful.
Very nice, thank you. Now for my reading. Comes from one of my very favorite books, 365 Science of Mind, by Ernest Holmes. This is May 18th, this came to me. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversities. That's from Psalms 31:7. I now realize that there is but one mind, one presence in the universe. This presence is God, pure, absolute, unadulterated spirit. The divine presence, being everywhere and filling all space, must be in me. It must be that which I really am. I recognize it is in me, and it is that which I am. I let this recognition of my indwelling divinity flow through my entire consciousness. I let it reach down into the very depths of my being, and I rejoice in my divinity. Again, I affirm that the divine presence fills all space, including myself. I am full of God. Therefore, I am filled with light. Infinite intelligence governs every move I make. An all-wise counselor accompanies me at all times. The Spirit of the Almighty goes before me. As the light dispels darkness, so this truth, which I now affirm, dissipates all fear. It breaks down every doubt and casts out all uncertainty. It looses every sense of bondage within my mind, stimulates my imagination with a vision of peace, of joy, and of abundance, and directs my will toward the accomplishment of my desires. And so it is. And now we get to listen to Reverend Sandi.
Thank you, Jim. He does a wonderful job, doesn't he? Makes a good platform partner. Good morning. My name is Sandi Scott. I'm here to encourage you and to remind you I have nothing new to say. Ernest Holmes said there's nothing new under the sun. Hi, Jean. And there's nothing new under the sun. We just have a new interpretation. And for me, all religion, philosophy, spirituality, it's to me an interpretation of life and how best to live it. So today's about Buddhism again. We'll see it with new eyes, hopefully. And I heard a story this morning. I listen to Zen Buddhist stories in the morning and evening sometimes. And the story was one you've heard, I'm sure, that a student went to see his master, his Buddhist teacher, and the master was going to pour him some tea, so he held his cup out. It was a saucer. And he started filling it and filling it and filling it, and it overflowed and overflowed and overflowed. And they said, stop, it's too full, there's no more room. He says, exactly, that's like your mind. So let's empty our cup right now. Let's just center and remind ourselves why we're here and how we want to feel when we leave. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Just think of things you're grateful for. And that replace. Empty your cup, empty your mind of all your thoughts and fast forwards and past reviews, rehearsals and reviews. And we just hopefully choose to be here now. In now, right now is spirit, right now. Even before I said right now is spirit. The truth of our being, that one presence from which we all come, to which we all return. So take a moment and empty your cup. Make room for something that may serve you today, hopefully. I ask to be of service to this wonderful group, Wellspring New Thought Community. It's a privilege and a pleasure, and for this I give thanks. And so we let it be. So hello, Nancy Gurney in Zoom land. She's a good friend from Detroit, and she always wishes me a happy birthday. And I love you, Nancy, very much. So, and we bless Edward and Sharon, the Pillars. Are they still on a cruise?
No, they got back yesterday.
Oh, they're resting probably. Yes, you need a vacation after a vacation. I do anyway. So Buddhism, you're lucky I don't have my notebook with me, so you're blessed. We'll just get right to it. So who doesn't know the story of Siddhartha Gautama Buddha? We all know that he left home and he saw the illness and suffering and death for the first time in his life. And it shocked him, and so he sat under the Bodhi tree until he was enlightened. And his first discourse was the Deer Park discourse. And that he set the Dharma wheel rolling on that day, and he presented the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. So there's a page, and this is a Buddha daily reading book that I've had for a while, as you can see. I had to live without it for a while. It was in storage. It wasn't fun, I'll tell you. Anyway, so the Lord was staying near Varanasi in the deer park at Isipatana. One day he said to the assembled monks, "The incomparable wheel of Dhamma, which was set rolling by the Tathagata in the deer park at Isipatana, cannot be arrested by anyone. It was the proclamation of 4 Arya truths, O monks. Follow Sariputta, thus having said the Lord." So, birth, old age, death, grief, suffering, misery, despair, and not getting what one desires, all these constitute sorrow. So, would you pass out the flyers, whatever the... Yeah. This is the Dharma wheel that Siddhartha Gautama Buddha started spinning at Deer Park Discourse. And we're going to focus on the 4th Noble Truth. But the handout has the 4 Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. So this is what he said.
Sandi, you don't have enough of this one. There should be 20 copies.
Yeah. Can you look at my bag?
Yes, I will.
My yellow bag? Oh, no, I can. Well, anyway. Thank you, Jim. There should be all that Judy gave me. Oh, thank you so much. Maybe each of you hand one out. Anyway, he said, birth, old age, death, grief, suffering, misery, despair, and not getting what one desires, all these constitute sorrows. Birth is the coming forth, an appearance of spirit in form. What is the truth concerning arising of sorrow? That's the first. There is sorrow is the first noble truth. Does it say sorrow in this one? Yes, sorrow. Sometimes it says craving, and I relate to craving more than sorrow, because when I want something I don't have, it takes me off the path immediately. Or when I want some person, place, or thing to be different than it is, I'm in trouble. Because wanting is a low frequency. Accepting, allowing, inviting, lighting the runway, those are receptive frequencies. And that's what we're always in Wellspring, for sure. It's an amazing group of people celebrating new thought. So, what is the truth concerning the arising of sorrow? Craving associated with becoming. Craving for sense pleasure, which is accompanied by delight and attachment. And even the craving for annihilation. This is the cause for the arising of sorrow. The abandonment of that craving without any attachment whatsoever is the Arya truth concerning stopping of sorrow. So let's look at the 4 Noble Truths. The first is, he knows sorrow as it really is. He knows that the arising of sorrow comes from craving, it usually says. And he knows the ending of sorrow. And he knows the course leading to the ending of sorrow. So the course leading to the end of sorrow, or craving, or wanting something to be different, is the Eightfold Path. And you have this handout with the eight qualities of the fourth Noble Truth. So I'm going to read this paragraph because he explains what each one is, okay? So, right view, right aspiration, right speech, right action, right mode of livelihood, right endeavor, right mindfulness, and concentration. Is it the same in your list? Yeah. Okay. Somewhat. Okay. The knowledge of sorrow, of the arising of sorrow, and of the stopping of sorrow, and of course leading to its cessation. This is the right view. Aspiration for renunciation, non-hate, harmlessness is right aspiration. Refraining from falsehood, slander, harsh speech, and gossip is right speech. Imagine gossip was talked about that long ago. I love it because that's one of my recovering downfalls. Refraining from violence towards all creatures, from stealth and from immortality is called right action. Right livelihood is the adopting the right mode of livelihood, the right mode of livelihood, in accordance with it's Dhamma in the. This is a Pali translation, the language that Buddha spoke. It's a little bit different than the Sanskrit, and so it's Dhamma. Dharma is Dhamma in Pali. So, right livelihood. Where are we? View, aspiration for no. Okay. Speech, refraining from. We got that one. Livelihood in accordance with Dhamma. To generate resolve, effort, and energy to strive for the non-arising of evil states that have not arisen, and to get rid of those evil states that have already arisen, as also to promote the arising of holy states and to protect them when they have arisen. Right endeavor states, and it's to protect them that they have risen in right endeavor, to live contemplating the body and the feelings in the mind, to live contemplating the body in the body, the feelings in the feeling, the mind in the mind, and the mental state and mental states, clearly conscious of them, so as to control covetousness and dejection, is right mindfulness. I love that mindfulness is one of the. Of course, it's different in your states because right mindfulness is meditation, and then there's concentration. So right mindfulness, free from states of mind, entering into the first, the second, the third, and the fourth meditations is right concentration. This is the means for the cessation of sorrow. So I think we all have sorrow, maybe for the country, maybe for ourselves, maybe we have a physical ailment, as I do, that is bothering me today because I had my birthday weekend yesterday and I stayed with Terry, and I have oxygen at night, so I didn't have my oxygen. So I'm a little bit weak today, so bear with me. I want to show you this because you know Roscoe that comes once in a while with the beautiful white hair, and he's an artist. And this is a lotus, the 1,000-petaled lotus of wisdom, and these are little green frogs. And frog means forever reliant on God. Little green frogs. You'll get some next month. What I ordered. Oh, sorry, guys. Well, let's just pass it around. He's a wonderful artist, and he supports the food pantry, where I had the honor of speaking at a fundraiser for the food pantry for people with HIV positive and AIDS. And my friend Buddy Aiken, he's just a phenomenal man. He's been running the food pantry for 15 years in Las Cruces. So I celebrated him yesterday, and it was an honor to speak at that fundraiser. It really was. Then I had to go home and rest. And then Doug had a concert. Doug, what's his last name? Adams, of course. Doug Adams had a concert at 5, and it filled the room. I certainly didn't, but he did, with his beautiful music and his writing and his beautiful musical instruments. They're just, I love that yellowish guitar. So, Buddhism, what is it? Why bother with Buddhism? For me, it's all about the mind and lifting my mind to higher frequencies of thought. Because as I said so many times, infinite energy expresses through me at the level of my thought frequency. And that's how I experience life. The law of attraction. How do we want to be today? How do we want to be right now? Active listening is such a gift. It's the greatest gift you can give someone. Yesterday after my talk, Tori, this young woman that I met a year and a half ago, she's just a delightful student at UTEP and lives in El Paso, and she came with a friend. And then we went over to Terry's beautiful home. It's just so beautiful. It's way out by the Oregons, and the views from her windows are just spectacular. And it's a home of serenity. It's so comforting, like Shirley's home. If you've been to Shirley's home, it's a home of serenity. I instantly go, when I'm there. So I thank Terry for my birthday weekend. She really provided a lot. And these two young women were so delightful. And I think it was rare for older folk like Terry and I. I think it was a real experience of our giving them full attention, active listening. And they were delightful. It was so much fun. These two young girls and these two older women. It was delightful. Then we went out to dinner with Peggy Shin. She walked in the room before my talk, and I burst into tears. It meant so much to me to see her because we don't see much of her anymore, do we? She's so delighted to be in Mexico. So it was so much fun to be with her. We call each other the Maytag sisters because we know everything, but no one calls. I'm a consultant to the world, unknown, unrecognized, unwanted. Terry and I always say, well, they didn't consult us, did they? Yeah. Okay, let's get to this. The fourth noble truth is the way out of sorrow, of craving, of unhappiness, of wanting to be different. So I just read it, but let's just look at let's say these words together. View, aspiration, speech, action, livelihood, endeavor, meditation, concentration. Livelihood can be a little difficult. It was for me before I found spirituality. I had jobs that were pretty icky. How many people have had an icky job? Yeah, so you know, right livelihood is heaven on earth. Like Terry retired from the city, and it wasn't easy at all. And before she retired, she started her pet sitting business. And so she had this bridge from the working for the city and retirement and freedom. And her business has taken off. So if you need a pet sitter, I highly recommend Terry. She loves the animals she serves. And she has such a sense of humor about them. And I have a new pet sitter, and I'm totally relaxed today. She's a big improvement from the one I was tolerating, you know what I mean? I found a really good one. And so I am at peace with my dogs, and usually on Sunday I'm raring to get back home to them. And now I know they're just fine. In fact, she came a day early. I came home, and her car was in my driveway on Friday. And I hired her for Saturday. She was comfortable with the dogs, enjoying herself, and she had no guilt. Isn't it nice when people don't have guilt? Because guilt is the bugaboo. I used guilt to hold me back because I blew it with money, and I blew it with a philosophy I no longer believed in. And I didn't blow it. I realized that I no longer believed what I was teaching and believing, and so I had to step aside. Just like if you've seen Brother Sun, Sister Moon, what a movie. What a movie. It's Franco Zeffirelli's movie, and each frame is a painting. And it's about a young man that went to war and got so disillusioned that when he got back, he didn't want to work for his father, who was a very wealthy merchant. And he didn't believe the Christian church. It's a picture. It shows the church, the regular church. And the people have, big jewels and all this elaborate clothing and huge crosses. I mean, huge. And then he found a destroyed church and restored it and served people with leprosy, people that were on the fringe of society, and he welcomed animals, which I love. So it's a great, great movie. And he confronts the Pope, and the Pope winds up kissing his feet because he said, why aren't we doing what Jesus taught? I mean, if you read the book of John, it's like, huh? How did this fundamentalist thing happen out of what is supposedly Jesus' message, but isn't? He never mentioned homosexuality, and he didn't shame people. So all about stepping aside to your own truth, all about being brave enough to not agree with family and friends, but not make a deal out of it, to just accept everything just as it is and just as it is not. Let's say I accept everything just as it is and just as it is not. Together, I accept everything just as it is and just as it is not. What makes me unhappy is wanting someone to be different. And it's still a minefield for me, but I get it, I catch it sooner, and I raise up sooner. That's what we're all about here, is spiritualizing our lives, just like Buddha. So I started talking about livelihood because to be paid for what you love doing is heaven on earth. And I've been doing that now for 44 years. And I discovered New Thought. But I was preaching my minister's interpretation of it, which was very harsh, very harsh and very ego-driven and prosperity-driven. I mean, it was a fabulous ministry, and we did a lot of good, and people got wonderful lives out of it. It was before cassettes, and so you had to show up to get the message. And so people showed up big time. We traveled in 5 California cities with the cans of her video and a great big screen, and we'd teach in the 5 main cities in California. 200 to 300 people would show up. It was really a delight. Remember the .com era when we were all rah, 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 and mile-high shoulder pads and earrings the size of cars? It was so much fun, wasn't it? Like in, what's that show?
Dallas?
Yes, with Joan Rivers. I mean Joan Collins. Thank you. See, I'm a little bit weak today. So, right view is, how do you view yourself? Are you in the big S or the little s? How do you view yourself today? I see you as grand cosmic beings who have discovered a way of thinking that actually lifts us up to live as we want to live and to be who we truly are. And aspiration is what you aspire to. Aspire means breath, like spirit means breath. So what are we aspiring to? I just want to stay as close to Om as possible. That's my goal. Because Om to me is the uncreated sound of the universe. And I love the Om symbol. And I just want to be, you know, in the holidays I always say I'm staying Om for Christmas. So, in speech, how are we doing with speech? Have we made amends lately? I am always making amends because I have a fast tongue, ready, fire, aim tongue. But when I blow it, I know what to do about it now. I've learned to forgive myself quickly, tell the truth quickly, and make amends quickly, apologize quickly. Just get it cleaned up. Because if you rest in guilt and regret and doing the reruns in the car on the way home, you know that one? Oh, I should have said this. Oh, why did I say that? Blah, blah, blah. And so right action, we know what we're supposed to be doing, don't we? We have wisdom within us. There is wisdom that's ever present and accessible for us anytime we want to tap into a greater idea than our monkey mind idea, which is usually sabotage. So livelihood, we did that one. Endeavor, what are you doing? What are you doing that is wonderful? Are you calling people and encouraging them? Are you greeting people? Are you making people at the cashier feel noticed and validated? It's a wonderful thing to do because it's so. I couldn't run one of those modern. That's an old word, isn't it now? One of those modern machines, the cash register. What are they now? They're computers, of course. I couldn't do it. I didn't do well with the old-fashioned cashier thing. I worked at the San Diego Zoo restaurant for a while, and I was just horrible at it. I was a great greeter. I was the hostess, and I bought these crepe-soled shoes, and we had to wear long, heavy, brown and beige out dresses, long, and I would trip all day long because of the crepe soles, and right in front of everybody. So I got in trouble because a Japanese family with the name Toyota came, and I was taking reservations, and I'd call the names. I said, Toyota, you've got it, and I got in trouble over it. I thought it was great. So endeavor. What do we know we're supposed to be doing? What do we know better than? You know, I often quote Johnny Carson. Remember him? He did a skit, and he was coming out of a building that said massage parlor, and he said, I could have had a V8. Remember the V8 thing? I could have had a V8. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. They're death traps. They're minefields, aren't they? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. So what? If we can get to so what, not sarcastic, so what? It's like, so what? Accept how it is and how it is not, and decide how you want to respond to it. Ernest Holmes says, it doesn't matter why something happened. You know, the old guilt trip, if you created it and you can uncreate it. I mean, it's true at the highest level, but it's really hard when you have a body to deal with. So right endeavor. Right meditation. How are you doing with meditation? That's why I passed that little painting around that says persistence. I have to persist in meditation. I learned about it from The Only Dance There Is by Ram Dass, and he said, you will not have a clear mind for long. And when a thought invades, just say hello and let it pass through. Don't set the table and ask it to dinner. Just have it keep moving right out the back door. Just say, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the stillness. So please step aside while I listen to the stillness. And practice, 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 right? It's not easy. It was really hard for me. The first guided meditation I experienced with Terry Cole Whitaker, we had our eyes closed, and I thought I was sideways on my chair, and I didn't want to open my eyes because I'd be so embarrassed, you know, leaning sideways in front of 200 people. Well, I wasn't. It was just the sensation I had. And we sense things first, and then we think about them. Something happens. Maybe we get a reaction, and then we interpret it with our thoughts, and then we experience what we're thinking. So it's really important to watch our words, and meditation is like a reprieve from the mind, taking a break from the monkey mind, and just knowing that I'm on a spiritual path. I am doing my best. I stay in the big S as best I can, and when I'm not, I know what to do because of the spiritual practice that we all have access to. It's so accessible now. It used to be you had to show up. Now you just push a button on your phone and you get enlightenment. It's amazing. It's just, you know, I resisted cell phones. And now I don't use it for a lot of stuff. I don't understand it at all. But I really am grateful for it now to stay in touch with people and listen to Zen stories. And I put an Om tape on immediately in the morning so my monkey mind isn't doing reruns and rehearsals. You know what I mean? So meditation just takes practice and persistence. Not giving up, just calling yourself back. When a thought invades, you say thank you and please keep going. And I choose stillness. I want to hear in the stillness. I want to hear the wisdom speaking to me for guidance. And right concentration is, there's two kinds of meditation, the main kinds for me. One is that you just go to the stillness. You just go to Om. You go to the nothingness. Or you can use an object. And concentration, I think, means you're focusing on an object. And hopefully it's a good one. It's not what someone's doing wrong. It's a symbol of, we were talking about murtis the other day. I have lots of little murtis, spiritual statues in my room. I light 10 tea lights in front of them in the dark, and it's just heaven for me. But I don't worship Kuan Yin. I worship the message of Kuan Yin. I don't worship Jesus. I appreciate his message. And I worship who he worshipped was his Father, the source. The source. I always read the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, and the Bible in the morning because I like wisdom. And some of it's very alarming and some of it isn't. But I try to find positive passages every morning. And this morning it said, in the Quran, it said, the world is a place of trial, and you will be rewarded. You will go to the garden with a river running under it. Beautiful garden. So there's beauty in every single one of those books. I can't follow any of them. The Torah, the wisdom, Genesis is the religious inquirer, the scandals and the murders and the adultery and the stealing of birthrights. And it is like the religious inquirer. It's human nature. So that's why I like the book of John, because it's all about being the light. while you're in the light so you can be children of the light. I love that. And he said, I came from my Father, and I'm going home to my Father. You should be happy for me. But that isn't usually quoted, is it? So concentration, we can use an object or not. I just love seeing them all around my room. And I took a video of all the candles burning in front of the different statues. Green Tara is one of my favorites. And my friend that visited, Terry met him when he visited Las Cruces, my very, very good friend Gary Hermes. He was my boss when I was a hippie. And we've stayed friends. And he is one of the most centered persons I've ever met. And I don't remember why I'm talking about him right now. But friends, yesterday, friends showed up for my talk. It was so moving. I was so moved. And Terry started off the day with a phone call and singing. We get to her home and it says, it's your day, this sign out front of her house. And then she had a table set up with orange tulips. They're tulips, right? They don't really look like tulips, but they're gorgeous. And a big, tall, clear water glass with the green stalks. And then gifts, lots of little gifts. And that's how my day went. It was just one big day of gifts and celebration. And then we ate at Delicias. If you've eaten there on Amador, I love their fish, their garlic fish. I love it very much. So I'm not a total vegan at all. I try. So what is this worth, this piece of paper? It's the Dharma wheel, the Eightfold Path, and it's 8 aspects of behavior and thinking. So what does it mean to you? It doesn't matter what it means to me. It matters, your own interpretation is what matters. That's why avatars usually were very authentic people giving up family, society, and all the riffraff that we get trapped in. So let's take a moment and see. You might want to look at the words and take the one that has the most energy on it. So choose a word or not. And let's go to that stillness. Is there value in this talk today? Is there value in these flyers? Does it guide us? Does it bless us? Does it make us understand our own selves more? Does it encourage us to be our authentic selves and not sell out for any person, place, or thing? To just stand in the stillness and practice it. Allow your life to be spiritualized in body, mind, and soul. Spiritualize our bodies today. Saturate us with the truth that we are all one. Saturate us with love and acceptance of how people are and how they are not. How your life is and how it is not. The question is there something I can do with what isn't working very well? And if there isn't, can I accept it as it is and as it is not? Let it be and enjoy my life, no matter what shape my mind is in, my body, my soul, my obligations in my home, my responsibilities. Can I spiritualize dog care? Can I spiritualize my meals? Can I spiritualize my home in the morning? Maybe sage or incense? How can I best spiritualize my life today? Let's give that some silence. How can I spiritualize my life today, starting now? Remember to remember that you do know. You have wisdom within you. You have absolutely what it takes to live your highest and best. You are capable. You are response-able. You are able to respond to anything in your life and spiritualize it as quickly as you can. This came from Source. It will return to Source, and so will I. So spiritual identification is so important, to identify with the nothingness from which we came, to which we return. To have spiritual identity over driver's license identity. To remember who you are, like Socrates, know thyself. Know thyself, know thyself, hopefully capital S, self. And appreciate yourselves for showing up Sunday. You didn't have to come. Look what you did to get here. Look at the team, the support team that comes early to set up. And our beautiful musician with his own songs and that deep, wonderful voice. And I embrace Judy Beckman today. This is my last Sunday of being with her, and she is a phenomenal person. So think of some other people you're grateful for in your life. And pets. And surroundings. And your home. Just spiritualize the whole enchilada. I spiritualize my life here and now. Let's say that. I spiritualize my life here and now. And I live in be here. Wow. Thank you for listening to me. I wish you could see your faces. I wish there was a big mirror in back of me so you could see how your faces change with James and his wonderful introductory job on the platform. And the gift today didn't arrive, the one I wanted. It might be here next month. So I brought pearls again. I hope it's okay with you because it's a pearl of wisdom. And you know, pearls start as an irritation in an oyster. So anything that starts as an irritation in your life, you can layer it, you can spiritualize it and let it become a beautiful pearl. I love pearls so much. And so we're complete now. My part's complete. Now we have the team and we have music. It's a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, I'm back. As usual, wonderful message, Sandi. I have just, please don't let me forget, I was stretching out my finger and my wedding ring dropped somewhere around here and I can't find it. So don't let me forget to look for it before I go, okay?
We will look with you.
Okay, thank you so much. This is a song I just wrote. It's inspired by a quote from Rumi. And the quote is that everything we lose comes around again in a different form. And I just love that. It really wiped out a lot of fear I would have of losing something because you never can. So I hope you enjoy. This is called Around Again. When I have a fear of losing that nearly keeps me from moving, and nothing seems to be improving at all. I remember the words of Rumi, like he spoke directly to me. Then there is no fear to flow through me at all. Everything we lose comes around again. Everything we lose comes around. Here in a way, lost and found again. Everything we lose comes around. Can you feel your freedom calling? Crash into your fear of falling. Perhaps a need for reinstalling the script. We live in, it's all worth learning. Where again it keeps returning. All that once was so concerning has left. Everything we lose comes around again. Everything we lose comes around. Here in a way, lost and found again. Everything we lose comes around. There's so much to give to you, so much to give to me. The universe in all of us. We are the light, we are the love, we're free. And everything we lose comes around again. Everything we lose comes around. Here in a way, lost and found again. Everything we lose comes around.
Excuse me, I just have to share that this week I lost my teeth, my front teeth plate, and I went nuts cleaning my house. I know where everything is in my house now, and everything's clean and went at the same time, which is a miracle. You know where they were? They were outside next to my driveway in the gravel, and it was very windy and they were almost buried. So they came around again. That was so perfect. Thank you.
Now it's time for our offering. John's going to pass the basket.
Oh, you found it. Yay, it came around again. That's so cool.
As we acknowledge and receive our virtual and in-person gifts, we give great thanks for the offerings already given and those we will be receiving, because we know that giving and receiving are both part of the one flow. We affirm that we are also part of that flow. We bless these gifts and know they are multiplied throughout our community. Thank you, John. There are a number of folks who have contributed to the production of this service, and we are grateful for this service. Jeff and half the people in the room. Love you all. Today is birthday Sunday. Happy birthday, Sandi. I think we're going to have a little cake or something over there. We'll do that in the social hall. We thank you for joining us today in Zoomland and here in the sanctuary. And lastly, you may stay around in the Zoom meeting after service to visit or join us in the social hall for coffee and conversation and birthday cake. Please stand as you are able and read with me the benediction, followed by the congregational song.
Yay, you said it right.
Spirit in the midst of us is mighty. Joy, peace, and eternal life are our true nature and flow through us into the world, and so it is.